in Toronto, you can see like people from every country basically, and any kind of food you want to try. Like let's say, um, one food that I never knew I could try is Laotian food, which is from Laos.
Laos,
Yes,
Laotian. I
yes.
never heard of these before.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before either. But my friend was like, "Let's go here," and I was like, "Okay." But Canada is quite friendly to immigrants. So for the entirety of Canada, healthcare is generally free. Like if you go to a doctor, if you have to go, if you're sick, you go visit a doctor, it's free. You don't need to pay. And in certain provinces, uh, like for example, Ontario, there is a program where you can get certain medications for free until you're 25, even if you don't have insurance, like you didn't purchase insurance. It's covered under the provincial healthcare system, and it's generally free. And medicine is quite, it's not as expensive as in the US, in
Hmm.
my opinion. So it's very, how do you say this? Convenient healthcare in Canada. In terms of schooling, it's great because it's free from elementary school to high school. You don't need to pay unless you want to go to a private school. But generally, they're very kind to kids, and the way like we learn in school, there are many different programs. So let's say, I know if I had a child, when my child gets into high school, I want them to take the IB program.
What is
Have
it?
you heard of it? So
No.
the IB program prepares students for university. So
Okay.
the courses are a lot harder and they get a lot more homework, but if they do well, they can qualify to most universities internationally.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
it's pretty good.
these IB programs. So for example, suppose your kid is enrolled to a IB program, and there's another kid who is not enrolled to IB program. So they will they have different subjects?
No, they study the same subjects. It's just the level of difficulty. So when I was in high school, for example, I didn't take the IB program, but we from grade 10, there are two types of courses we can take. For example, math. We have, we call it college math or university math,
Mhm.
because or applied and academic. So if you take applied math, you can only qualify for college in the future, which is the
Okay.
2 year certification. But if you take the academic courses, you can qualify for university after you finish high school. But then if you're in the IB program, you're in a more advanced class. So you're learning the academic plus more when you
Okay.
take
Okay.
IB.
And at the end, suppose before going to a university or a college, but they have to give the same exams, right, to jump to the next class or next grade.
For universities, they more or less mostly look at your grades. Your grades are the most important when you start applying for university.
Hmm.
Depending on the course that you're applying for, you'll have to write an essay or a kind of like a cover letter about why you want to go into this university. And if it's a popular program, you have to say why you are qualified to be in that program. But for most cases, as long as you have really high grades, you'll be able to enter a good university.
I was actually curious to know about, for example, I have PR and you are already a citizen of Canada, right? So
Yes.
what benefits you get other than PR holder? Do the PR holder also get free healthcare and education for their kids? Is it?
Basically, you can do everything except for vote or run for political office. And if it's like a government job, you probably cannot apply. But other than that, education, healthcare, you can get it even if you only have a permanent resident status.
Then it's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I see
So
a lot of beautiful places when I see for some pictures from Canada. People
mhm,
go to really beautiful places. Where they are actually, I don't know. Because when I see it's like Toronto is like full of buildings,
mhm.
people, but when people came up with some pictures, they show us like what we call them, some lights. I don't know.
The aurora,
Okay,
the northern lights. Yeah.
Northern Lights. Yes, yes.
So if you want to see the northern lights, you have to go more north. So you would go to a place called Yellowknife, and you can see the northern lights every day if you
So,
go
so,
there.
so have you visited there before? Do you have experience?
Not yet. I want to. I really want to, but because Canada is so big,
Yeah.
it's like I think from my city, it's a 12 to 16 hour drive.
Oh,
Yeah. And I heard the temperature is like minus 40.
oh my God.
So I'm like, it's too cold. Next time, I'll go next time. One day. Other than Toronto and Vancouver, you move anywhere here, you can experience nature. You can
Yeah,
experience.
a lot of nature because
Yeah.
I think only 35 million people are there in Canada and
Mhm.
huge landmass so of nature, water, ice, everything.
Yes, it's true. It's so true.
Actually,
Um,
one of my friend actually he was staying with me. So in
mhm,
India, if you see right, you'll see if you go out, you'll see a lot of people everywhere.
mhm.
Anywhere in India, you'll see a lot of people. So he moved to Canada. So he was telling me when I go out, I hardly see one or two guys outside.
Where in Canada is he? He sounds like
Uh,
he's in a
I think
small.
he's in Kitchener.
Kitchener. Yes, I know. I know Kitchener.
So
Yeah.
he was telling I hardly see anyone outside. So every time I see his pictures, there's no one in background, nobody, never.
Mhm.
Just nature full of plants, trees, grass.
Yes.